few more seconds. Valencia Real Podcast. Let's go.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Dr. Mike, and it's almost that time to get real, raw, and relatable. Looking forward to talking to y'all soon. Peace.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrence. Welcome back to another season of Relentlessly Real Podcast. So excited to have you all back. We got a lot of great stuff. Check us out.
You're now listening to The Real.
Man, I appreciate them dudes for talking about
The Raw.
Wait, they were talking about
The Relatable.
That's exactly what I've been going through.
The Relentlessly Real Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the Relentlessly Real Podcast, where we discuss real, raw, and relatable topics. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our podcast today. We'll kick this off with some introductions. My name is Selective Outrage.
And listen, I'm T. I don't know what's going on with this name changes.
Listen, I was like, I'm picking up on the rhythm in which you have been operating.
I've never done that. I've always
definitely been... Wow. What's what you're going to do? You act like you never did this before?
I have selective memory. Memory.
I can see that, because I'm like, you definitely used to do this, thing. Now I guess I'm taking on a persona. Last week I was moisturizer. This week I'm Selective Outrage, and I guess we can get into later why I would even be Selective Outrage. But let's get into, instead, for right now, the question for the day today. And the question actually stems from the second one stems from something different, but this one is actually pretty straight to the point. And the question is this: would you rather have a high salary in a job you hate, or have a low salary in a job you love? Would you rather have a high salary in a job you hate, or a low salary in a job you love?
Man, let me tell you something. If you had asked me in my low 30s or late 20s, I would pick low salary in a job I love. But in my 40s, I want the bread.
Yeah,
I'll deal with it. I'll just deal with it.
Yeah,
I'll just deal with it. I'm thinking about like it's so funny. I have more days behind me than I have ahead in my career. And that's ridiculously when I think about that. So at this point, I'm already thinking about, like, I want to make more money to put more money in my retirement, more money in my pension. Like, like real quick. Like, I'm just like, nah.
Basically,
adulting.
I take the
money.
adulting.
I take the money.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. I would not, like, I think back in the day, back in college days, back when I was a dreamer, right? Like back in, maybe even before college, I guess in high school times, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do what, they teach this thing of like, oh, you do what you love, you do what you're passionate about, what do you care about? What do you think about a lot? They're trying to, like, dig up, or as Mike would say, unearth, what are the things that matter to you the most? And then you're like, oh, you try to figure those things out, and you go and do those things. And then you realize there's no money in it. Most people out of college actually don't even do the job that they went to college to even do. Let's just start there. So basically, most people went in as one thing, they got a job in some other field, and they've actually probably either likely been stuck in that job, or they've eventually got to the job that in which they like went to school for. But it usually never happens that they actually do that. They realize what the market is, the money is, and it's usually not good. And so to Terrence's point, I actually do agree with you. I'm like, I actually think I would tough it out, hate my job, say a prayer before I walk through those doors. I would go ahead and begrudgingly serve customers or whatever it is that I have to do, eat my lunch sadly, while a tear comes from a tear duct comes from my tear, and I would just get through the day every day. Unfortunately,
for sure.
So I guess it's sad, but I thought we were going to be maybe dreamers on this one, but I guess not.
No, not right now. I mean, we can dream. Can I just dream for more money? Like,
Well, so the thing is, I would love to do a job that, like I would love for
Does
it to be a
both.
thing where you're like, yo, I love my job, and that's the sweet spot. I think I love my job
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
make good
yeah.
money in it. But I guess I don't know. Life is teaching. It's kind of hard to do that, so maybe that might not be possible. But that's
Life be
something that,
life.
man, life be exactly life be life. And so the other question of the day I have for you is this. And the question is this: what would you do if this occurred on your flight? And I have like a little video of something that occurred on somebody's flight. Like, look at this here, T.
6:09 from Los Angeles to Boston. It was a smooth flight for the first 5 hours on Sunday until.
So where's the Homeland Security with the gun? Because I'm waiting for them to point the gun at me so I can show everybody that I won't die when I take every bullet in that clip to wherever in my body they shoot it, and then I will kill every man on this plane.
The agitated passenger is identified as Francisco Severo Torres of Massachusetts. The video obtained by CNN was recorded by a passenger. It shows Torres having violent outbursts towards other passengers and flight attendants.
Hey Bianca, I love you, Bianca. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Bianca.
4 minutes, nervous passengers sat down and listened.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Where's Homeland Security? There should be Homeland Security. Where are they diverting us? Because wherever it is, there's going to be a bloodbath everywhere.
15 seconds later, Torres walks out of his seat, pulls what appears to be a makeshift weapon out of his jacket pocket, and said what no airline passenger ever wants to hear.
Since I'm taking over this plane.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Oh no.
I'm telling you right now.
So T, what would you
Taking
do?
over this plane.
Yeah, he said, I'm taking over this plane. And you're on your way, as we were just talking offline. You were talking about going to Miami, not Mexico, Miami, and sitting on your way to Miami. This guy goes off and starts acting as if he's going to, take over the plane. What do you do in this circumstance?
I'd be mad as hell if I'm asleep. Like if I'm asleep and I got woke up, man, if you don't sit down, shut up. I saw like a picture, everybody like all the memes. You need to leave. Like all the the things like, man, sit down. Like I'm trying to.
I'm telling you, and I think the thing of it for me is like, yo, what would I do? Especially if I have like the kids with me and all that. I'm like, yo, like I don't know what I would do in that moment. If somebody was just started belligerently yelling on the plane, like, no, I'm serious. I'm gonna take this whole plane down, and he gonna go off. And he starts moving in the aisle, and next thing you know, you sitting back there like looking like, what's this guy about to really do in here?
Yeah.
Are you one of the people, T? Are you one of the people that get up and defend everybody on the plane and say, I got y'all, I'm going to take this guy on myself? Or are you the guy?
I'm defending me. Nobody else in the plane matters. I think so. It depends. Like, I feel like if it's like kids there, like I'm a little bit more cautious, but at the same time realizing like something needs to be done. So I try to, like, I think if I saw that video that some people did eventually rush up once everybody else rushed. I saw that one man, he's like, I'm safe now. I can. I think I would want to. I would really want to. Maybe I'm gonna throw something, distract them. I just hit them in the face with something. And it's like, I might even tell everybody, like, get something in your hand. Just start throwing it. Just throw it. And then bum rush him or whatever it was. Like,
I definitely, I feel that. I would probably throw Jocelyn's iPad at his face just to see, like, just launch it at his face, hit him in the face real quick.
Jocelyn.
I would not throw my daughter, T. But I mean, I was just like, I was just sitting there the whole time, like wondering, like, what would I do in this, this situation that seems it seems crazy, but like if that happened, I don't know what I would even do. So.
That was very crazy, and I just want to say once again, we talk about this we've been talking about this for 3 weeks. Y'all talk all this trash that didn't happen on Frontier, didn't happen on Spirit, it happened on your great United Airlines.
That's a good point, T. You actually made a good point there because did you already purchase your all you can fly from Frontier? Did you get that $300 package?
I didn't.
You didn't get it yet.
I should.
Okay, you're working on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's you ran out of time.
I don't think it's available. It might be. Listen, I should have.
Listen, let me tell you.
It's not summer yet.
If it is unavailable, I think that's God looking out for your well-being. I honestly believe that. I
bet you there'd been no guys like that on that plane.
No, there would be guys like that on that plane. It'd just be a bunch of us on that plane. Like, no, I'm gonna take you out, sir. We ain't going. We ain't going. It's
I
all of
would
us
feel
on
very
there.
safe.
Oh
I would
yeah.
feel very safe.
I think that's the other thing we didn't talk about. Like if it was a Frontier flight, no shade to our community, but we would mostly be on that flight, and
yeah,
our energy would be like, boy, if you don't sit
bro,
down,
don't sit your down.
our energy would be so different. So I think you made a really good point. Now I'm actually really dialing back my response. I actually think that
See?
if I was on American Airlines, I might be more worried because there's less of us on there. But if I'm on Frontier, what's the other one? Or Spirit Airlines, I actually feel like I'd feel more at home because I feel like more of us would be on there, and we would be like, you know what, sir, you about to catch all these hands from every person on this flight, and it would go.
Southeast DC and
Hold
like
on,
that. Like
hold on. Don't bring DC into this.
I'm just saying, you know how y'all
There are
are.
flights
Like,
that go out to BWI as well. So we ain't even gonna do that. We're not even gonna do it like that.
I'm just
Okay.
saying,
So as you guys know, we always are able to make sure that the earth is still ghetto. So as we always can check from, I mean, literally we could just scroll and it just shows up. But I think Terrence found this one this time. This is proving that the earth is still ghetto.
Maze, could I just finish speaking? I don't need
Not
you to
really. Miss Fields, you
story.
out of order. I'm
You're
warning
out of
you.
order.
Okay, then if you keep calling me out of order, you can get your butt out. Because you're not going to direct this meeting. You're not going to monopolize everybody. You out of order. Now say another word. You put your finger up here. You out of here. You out of here. Go. You won't give me or nobody else the finger sitting at this table. You're out of here. Come. You're out of here. I want her to keep giving people fingers. You're out of here. God bless you. God bless you. It's your fault. Now we can get on with some business.
So he said repeatedly, I believe that was kind of trending. He was like, "You're out of here. You're out of here." And he literally keeps going on and on about it. Right?
I think I sent you the other one. I stumbled across this guy's page.
Eric Mays, I think, right?
Eric Mays. And when I say it is giving me all the life that I needed, if I'm ever feeling down, I'll just go to Eric Mays. Like,
here's the other one.
Is the government
got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Ms. Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that.
We need more of us in those spaces.
We and he ain't just like skin tone us. He's us. Like you ain't gonna sit here, and he's in government, and I'm just like, I sit back and just say, like,
I love it.
The level of decorum does not exist. The level of you're not gonna run. And if you have ever taken a chance to go to TikTok, just search Eric Mays. And just literally, I got lost in productivity. I don't think I got any work done for the rest of the day. I was literally watching this guy go off in a government office, like government hearings, cussing people out. I just said, wow.
I like it. I think like I said, there should be somebody like that. I personally feel like somebody should be like that on every team. Because I think I'm sometimes that person that's needed to be there. Like, I don't say what's always politically correct. We just say what needs to be said.
Full Draymond energy. Full.
Yeah, all day. So if you guys were aware, Chris Rock just released his new special. And I wanted to say this. I loved the way that they did this. Okay, so this is the first time this has ever happened.
Where was it at?
Huh?
Where was the live first? I want to hear you say it. Where was the first live Netflix special? Where did Netflix choose out of all the places?
I don't even know.
God's world. Where was this filmed at? You don't know where this was filmed at?
I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Listen, in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, it was filmed in Baltimore.
It was filmed in the great city of Baltimore.
Because he was talking about Cherry. What did he say? Cherry Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Unsafe. I can't believe he did that. It was actually very unsafe for him, but he decided to do that anyway. Stand up, Baltimore. All right. Stand up. Maybe he probably got a good discount. Either way,
all right.
He decided to he decided to do his live stream first ever done live stream. I think that's what I want to say. It was how epic it was because Netflix has never done anything like that. And I don't know if you guys how y'all got word of it. I know I have a Netflix account. I'm sure you do too as well, T, because you're such a movie person. But they sent a alert, when it went live. It sent an alert. And I like that. I was like, oh, this is dope. Because everybody, like literally, I was in a rehearsal and everybody got the alert at the same time. We were like, oh, okay, the jump is about to start. And then it
I didn't
started
get
like,
the alert. Wow.
you might not have that package in Baltimore. I don't know.
I guess not.
The Baltimorean package.
Maybe I'm using somebody else's account.
Oh, well, I think that might be why you didn't get
They got the alert.
the account holder got the alert. That's what it is.
I didn't get the alert.
But nah, like it was amazing to see. I didn't see it live. I know you did though, T, right?
I did see it live.
Was there anything live that was different from seeing it again? Like
no, and the funny thing is, I actually caught it because Wanda Sykes posted something on IG, and I follow Wanda Sykes, and she was like, "It's going down in 10 minutes." And I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot."
Yeah,
and that's how I was able to do. I just caught it live. Just that. Nope, it was like in its pure form.
So let me just play one of the clips before we get into the conversation of it, because it was a lot being discussed about, right, with them in this particular thing all week. It's been viral all week long. So here we go. One of the clips from the Netflix special.
Will Smith practices selective outrage. Outrage. Because everybody knows what the fuck happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, and everybody knows, Will Smith and his wife was fucking her son's friend. Okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here has been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. They're like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel? Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world calls him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He didn't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch. The Breakfast Club called him a bitch. And The View and The Talk and every rapper and fucking the drink champs called him a fucking bitch.
So I want to know, Terrence, this is my question. I want to know your honest thoughts of his special.
So I will share one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think that Chris Rock is the greatest comedian of all time. I really think Dave Chappelle is the greatest comedian of all time. Yeah. I think Richard Pryor is up there, one of the greatest comedians of all time, for sure, too.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that Chris Rock, because I'm heavy into politics and beliefs, a long time ago, Chris Rock became my favorite comedian. So he's not the funniest, but he is my favorite comedian. He's like, it's almost like the thing, like I would agree that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but Kobe Bryant is my favorite. He's my favorite. Makes sense? And so Chris Rock is my favorite comedian, for sure. So I may have a little bit of bias toward it, right? I will always say that. And so I thought the special was outstanding. I thought it was outstanding. Wow. I thought it was outstanding. Really? I thought it was brilliantly crafted. I thought there was some slow parts at the beginning, but overall it was a good special. Very good special.
Yeah.
I thought the end was one of the greatest comedic moments I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've also never seen I watched it saying, like, recognizing that somebody is still hurt, and I had
Talking about
never
Chris Rock
seen
is still
Chris
hurt.
Rock. Yes,
Mm.
I had never seen him like that. I had never seen him to the point where he was so bothered by something that happened. But
Mm-hmm.
but he never really talks about things that happened to him often, like
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
You know, almost like Dave Chappelle does a lot. But because Dave Chappelle is often everything's happened with Dave Chappelle. Like something
Yeah.
like he said did something that ticked somebody the wrong way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he has a lot to talk about. This is the first time I've seen it with Chris. You know, and so
Mm-hmm.
and it was live. So live, you get passion, you get rage, you get anger, you get makes it. So I just thought like, wow. And it was very clear that he had crafted those punchlines
Oh yeah.
and those jokes
For a
for
year, no
an
less.
entire year.
Yeah.
He was just waiting for this moment.
Committed. Yeah.
He did it a week before the Oscars. Like he
Oh, I didn't know
dropped
that.
this special a week because the Oscars aired this Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know
A
that. Okay.
week before the Oscars. So
Wow.
everything was like, "Oh, you
Intentional.
think this is done?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like it's not done." And in this case, I'm okay with it. I was
Okay.
okay with it. I don't have and I saw a lot of the backlash. I don't have an issue with anything that he said.
Let's go into that because you didn't know that's gonna be my next thing. But here's some of the backlash that came of it. Social media users discussed Chris Rock's jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith and Meghan Markle in latest comedy special. And if you don't know, he talked about Jada Pinkett Smith, and he kind of saw a little bit of that there. But Meghan Markle, he was talking about how they were colonists and or something like that. And
he was talking about how she should. How come she didn't know that the crown was racist? Like when she talked about, she didn't know. He's like they're the originators. Like
yeah, they're
it's
originals
the
of
British
racist.
government. Like
Right. And so, like, some of the people say, like, Chris Rock called Jada Pinkett Smith a B and said Meghan Markle played the race card. Punching down on black woman is clownery. LMAO, everyone talking about Chris Rock's performance and can't get over the Jada and Meghan disproved his point about selective outrage. He tore into everyone. Democrats, Republicans, young generations to baby boomers, whites and blacks. Shaking my head. He called white people crackers on national television. Y'all not talking about that, though. So Chris Rock's week decided to go in on Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and kept up his already 20 plus years of attacking Jada, continuing his cooning trend of attacking black biracial women. Never doubted you for a second, Will. I'm saying all these dank pieces about what Chris Rock said, but he isn't saying anything new. I love Meghan Markle, but surely she knew that the royal family was racist before she married into the family. And everyone was teasing Will on Twitter about Jada. I'm not gonna read all of this, but the first part says, forever on Will Smith's side in this. It's not a comedy to target Jada for 20 years. Target that couple repeatedly. I know they're annoying, overshare, and have questionable boundaries, but Chris Rock is an insufferable jerk who mocks black women and does ministerial shit. So the question is, I mean, what's the take here? Like, are we really crucifying Chris Rock about his attacks on black women? Because that was something that surfaced this week from the comedy special. Are we being too sensitive in this space where it's supposed to be comedy, supposed to be jokes, supposed to be something we laugh about? What is your take on how Chris Rock handled and or handles black women within his special?
So here's my thing, and I get it's not even just when he says it. I get annoyed that people think that your skin and color makes you above reproach. Like, I remember watching. I was talking to a friend of mine about this. I remember watching South Park, and South Park is the most. If you've ever seen South Park, it's one of the most. Anybody can get it. It doesn't matter who you are, race, religion, creed, sex. You all get talked about. It's equal opportunity. And I remember I used to laugh like up the wazoo. And then when I think it might have been a movie. No, there was an episode with Cartman and one of the guy. It was, I'll never forget it. He thought he was getting he wanted to go platinum, and he said he'll go platinum by doing a gospel album. So he did a gospel album, and he sold like 1 million copies. But then he found out that they don't call it platinum in the gospel world.
Okay.
And so he said, he started cursing, and he said, "What about Jesus?" And he said, "Man, fuck Jesus." I turned my TV off. I said, "No, this is an outrage.
Yeah.
They don't talk about like Jesus." And then I stepped back and I feel like nah.
Yeah.
That same energy, you were okay when he talked about Jews,
Yeah.
like Arabs, like white people.
Yeah.
Didn't matter, but because he offended your person, now it's too far. And I just feel like I don't think I don't have enough evidence to say that he's bashing black women.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like Jada.
Yeah.
He's bashing her,
Yeah.
and we can go back and forth whether the B word was like warranted or whether it was, even if his hatred is warranted. What I will say is evidently clear is it's not her skin tone, it's her. He doesn't like them, and he
Yeah.
has a right not to like who he doesn't want to like.
Right.
I don't think, and I saw a lot of, especially D.L. Hughley. I followed D.L. Hughley on Instagram, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things. He talked about we don't get to police when he should get over something. We don't
Mm-hmm.
get to like police when he should let it go. Everybody else got to talk about the impact of that besides him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I didn't have an issue. I don't have an issue with him being upset. I didn't take it as him bashing. I thought that was overboard. He just doesn't like her. It's the same thing when people whenever someone like gets held accountable because they're black and they want to call someone, well, you're racist. No, I'm not racist. You robbed a bank at gunpoint,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and you are an African American.
Yeah.
It's not because you're African American I'm locking you up. I'm locking you up because you committed a crime.
Yeah.
Like,
But there
I
are
think
other things that are disproportionately racist that are done to us in a way.
exactly.
So it doesn't change the fact that you did a wrong thing, right?
That's my point. And I
Yeah.
feel like this is one of those things like you like not all people, but some people who are up as soon as you say one thing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're bashing black women. No, I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
So my take on it, I agree with Randy. Randy said earlier, Randy Sneed on here said earlier that I'm not a big fan of Chris Rock. I am also not a big fan of Chris. I don't think he's funny at all. Like I chuckled and laughed at maybe two jokes, maybe, and I feel like that might be stretching it. What I will say about him is he's very, very smart for going under the radar for a year and leveraging that experience to be something that's marketable a year later and get everybody's eyes on him about it, because everybody's been waiting for him to say something about that slap, and he never did. And then he made it to his own benefit to say something, so he capitalized off of it. And his brand capitalized off of it. He was able to make money. I would dare say millions off of it, and we'll make even more money when it's like we sells it, I guess, to Netflix, or he sold it to Netflix or whatever. I just think that was so smart of him. Now about the stuff related to like Meghan Markle and related to Jada, I agree with you. Like Jada, he's hated clearly for a long time, and made his jokes then or whatever, and never had any more to say about it. The Meghan Markle thing, I also again, that was a very warranted statement. Like for her to think that something she would not have to deal with racist, I guess, what are they called? Step parents, or not step parents, but whatever, in-laws,
yeah.
Like that she wouldn't have to like deal with in-laws that were racist, like, and you're partially black. It was giving like you're not aware, and that you didn't realize what you
You're
were getting
very
into.
entitled.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Jay-Z song OJ, like you just
like you don't understand the moment,
No.
and that's what's going on with you right now. So I actually have a little thing that I want. It's a slight game, but not really, but a kind of game for you, Terrence. Here's the game. When it comes to comedy, out of these this list I'm about to give you right now, T, I want to know who makes you smile, chuckle, laugh, or laugh hysterically. Who makes you smile, chuckle, laugh, or laugh hysterically? Okay, out of this list I'm about to tell you. Okay, you ready?
Really?
Okay. So the list is this: Dave Chappelle. Who makes you smile, laugh hysterically?
Laugh hysterically.
Laugh
I feel like I want to do all of them but laugh hysterically. For sure.
For sure for him. Okay.
Yeah.
For Chris Rock.
Laugh.
Makes you laugh.
Laugh. I would say laugh.
Okay. Who's next? Bill Burr.
Yo, laugh hysterically.
Really?
Bill Burr is funny. Bill Burr is hilarious. I've been meaning to get to some of his Netflix stuff. If y'all don't know who he is, Google him, YouTube him. Bill Burr is funny and offensive, and I love it.
And you like that?
I love it.
That's a weird thing to say that you like,
Very
Terrence. I'm
morbid.
not gonna lie to you. Huh?
I said it's very morbid, but I love it.
I never got into his stuff, but I can understand why you would think he's funny. Who's next? Kevin Hart.
Laugh hysterically.
Laugh
For sure.
hysterically, really?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's funny.
Okay, I didn't think you would say that. Cat Williams. Cat
Chuckle.
Williams. Chuckle? Really? You don't think Cat Williams is funny?
Right.
Interesting. Interesting. Eddie Murphy.
Are we talking stand up?
Yeah, only stand up right now.
Only laugh hysterically.
Laugh hysterically.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I got like 5 more. Bernie Mac.
Laugh hysterically.
Got it. Steve Harvey.
Laugh. Chuckle, laugh.
Chuckle, laugh. Chuckle, laugh. Okay. Cedric the Entertainer.
Smile.
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 That's funny. Yeah, I actually agree with that. You said you follow Wanda Sykes, so Wanda Sykes.
I laugh hysterically at Wanda Sykes.
Really? At her stand up?
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I'm telling you, my bar is not everybody else. If you can make me laugh about politics, you win. And I love comedians who are big on politics, which is why I love Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes to me is the all-time top female comedian for me.
Okay.
She's hilarious.
Then I guess
that special she did when she dropped right after Trump became president is on Netflix. Is outright hilarious.
You know what's gonna happen after this, right, T? We're all gonna go back to that Netflix special, look at it, and have judgment for you next week.
You should watch it.
Okay.
Wanda Sykes, watch. I'm telling you right now. As a matter of fact, it's actually funnier than well, I think it's funnier than the Chris Rock joint that just dropped. Wanda Sykes is hilarious.
Not hard. That's not hard at all.
You don't like Chris Rock.
I don't. He's not funny. He yells a lot. So what about Monique?
Not none of the above.
You don't think Monique is funny?
No. Yes, Randy. I have seen Hassan Minaj. He's also hilarious.
I have not seen him. Who's this guy? Hassan Minaj?
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
2 specials? Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it's funny.
I've seen one of them. I don't think I've seen both of them.
Okay. Last one I have is Hannibal Buress.
Is that the dark-skinned guy? Yeah. Kind of looks like he's like. That's not. I can't.
If you don't, I don't know where you're about to go, but I'm already worried. I don't like it.
This looks a little delayed at times.
Looks delayed.
Looks like delayed.
Oh my god.
At times.
Oh my goodness.
He's a little sleepy.
A little sleepy. Okay.
Laugh. Smile.
Smile. Just say smile. You barely even knew who he was.
Smuggle. Okay. He makes me smile and chuckle.
I'm not.
He makes me smile and chuckle.
I'm not. You're giggling off your little joke. It's like smile and chuckle. I actually think I don't know. He's okay. I agree. He's a chuckle. He's not like that funny. Moving on. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, but 2 of the 4 Americans, so 4 American people were kidnapped in Mexico. 2 of the 4 American citizens who were kidnapped in Mexico have been found deceased, while the other 2 are reportedly safe in police custody. 4 American citizens were kidnapped by men in Matamoros, a Mexican town just across the border from Brownsville, Texas. The names were Zindell Brown, Eric James Williams, Latavia McGee, and Shaid Woodward. Reportedly traveled from South Carolina to Mexico for McKee to get undergo cosmetic surgery. I think she wanted to get the butt thing done. Unfortunately, while making the journey, the 4 were approached by men in armed gear and taken on the back of a truck, which is actually very, very sad. Somebody went to go get some work done on their body, and they were basically escorted away by people that were from that area, and it's actually very sad. I was like kind of distraught to see that. Here's a slight little report on that right here, guys.
Follow major breaking news at this hour. The Associated Press and Reuters reporting 2 of the 4 Americans who were kidnapped in Mexico have been found dead. According to Mexico's governor, the 2 remaining Americans have been found alive and are now safe, and they are in the hands of police. One of the survivors is reportedly injured. Mexico's president also announcing one person is in custody in regards to this kidnapping that happened on Friday in Matamoros, which is a small Mexican community across the border from Brownsville, Texas. We continue.
Yeah. So that's the basic news about it. I mean, I think actually, it's very sad. Clearly, very sad. If you see the footage of it, they literally put the people from a car into a pickup truck, and like I said, two survived, and two of them did not survive. Terrence loves to go to Mexico. It's one of his. Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was like, I don't know what part you like to go
That's
to.
that part.
But I don't know. But I just was like, man, I really hope that they're going to be okay. The families will be okay during this time of like what's going on right now with their families, and I just felt bad for that whole story. So I wanted to at least like highlight that.
I will say this, and this is me putting in like my inner like John about the
Don't put me in this.
vaccine.
Okay.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
I will say something about this story is not right. I was talking to a
Okay.
lot of my friends in law enforcement. Something about this story does not seem right. So, and I'm gonna wait. I'm very. The issue is I don't trust the media. I don't trust the media. I don't trust stories. I'm one of those ones who I need to see. I want to see all, no matter how horrific it looks. I need to see all the details before I come to a conclusion of this. And that's just my job. Part of it is just because as an administrator, investigations is just a part of my daily job, right? And so something just doesn't smell right. I'm just being
Why
honest.
did you put me in this? I'm trying to figure out why.
Well, I mean, it was the same way how you don't trust like the vaccine, and which is fine. It makes sense. I get it. And you don't trust like the guy. I don't trust the reports.
Okay.
Something I'm just something about this does not. It just seems off.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, listen, I kind of don't want to be wrong because to me, if I'm wrong, that means it happened exactly how we're thinking it happened, which is very sad. That four innocent people just drove like. I don't know why you would drive across Mexico. Like, I don't know why you would do that, but it just means that was like they made a poor decision, and I feel like some poor decisions shouldn't cost you your life.
Yeah,
and I think that's sad. If it happens, if it didn't happen how it happened, and there was more at play here, that just means I would just be like, I knew it, and I just like something doesn't sit right with this story for me. You know, like it's just I need to see more details. Like I want to believe it. I was talking to my friends about that too. Like, I want to believe it so bad. But it's just again, like people need to understand like all of Mexico is not safe. Like I would even venture to say most of Mexico is very rural. It's very like heavily controlled or heavily enforced by the cartel.
Yeah.
Most of Mexico is like very dry, very like you don't know, like makes sense. It's very urbanized. You make sense. And so you cross that border, you do not know what you're like. I don't understand like how much people should really watch the news and watch what really goes on. So literally, right now Mexico is forbidden for a lot of government workers, government travels, whatever it was, and I understand why. But you need to stick to Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta, Cozumel. Like literally, just stick to those areas that are known for travel.
Yeah.
Outside of that, please do not pick up. I'm gonna go backpack. Don't do Mexico.
Yeah, and just to clear it up, Randy Jr. said, Randy C. Jr. said that it was a tummy tuck, not a BBL.
Yeah, it was a tummy tuck. Yeah.
So Ja Morant, guys, Ja Morant is under fire right now. We're about to go into the main topic in a second, but Ja Morant was under fire, man. He basically, and no pun intended, I should have said under fire, but Ja Morant, who was under investigation after the 23-year-old posted an Instagram live video of himself Saturday appearing to hold a gun at a nightclub outside of Denver. Morant has apologized for his actions via his representation on Saturday after Memphis announced he would be away from the team. Morant said he would take time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and his overall well-being. The Instagram video posted early Saturday morning, I think it was like 5 a.m, and shared widely on social media shows Morant briefly flashing what appears to be a gun while listening to music at a nightclub. I think it was a strip club, actually. The police department in Glendale, Colorado, a suburb of Denver, said Wednesday that agency won't recommend charges against Morant. And this is him kind of, doing his thing at the club. So clearly he's drunk, and clearly he's having the time of his life. He's 23 years old. He's got a whole lot of money, and he has people around him that probably are yes men to him because he probably has the most money amongst his whole entire crew of friends and loved
For
ones.
sure.
So I don't know. What you guys take on the whole Ja Morant scenario situation?
He's an idiot, but I don't think it should cost him his career. But he is an idiot. I'm actually I think I saw a lot of people reporting that it's. I'm glad this happened versus something else because he needed a wake up call. It's not his first thing dealing with something like this. So from reports I was reading,
yeah, it's true.
He's extremely talented. I think that's the only thing that makes me angry. Like the level of talent that you could be the face. Like LeBron's is about to leave. Durant's not going to be there long.
Yeah.
Curry's on the back end of his career.
Yeah.
Like, you could be the face of the NBA
for
years, for a decade or more to come.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be able to wear that. And I think about, people say he's 23. I get that. I don't know what I would have gotten into. I don't know what John would have gotten to, anybody else, if social media was out there when makes us heavy like it is. Like now, I don't want to talk from an elitist position, right?
Sure.
Because I couldn't see Jordan doing something like this. I couldn't see not with a gun. They did stupid stuff. Makes sense. I couldn't see Karl Malone or what I'm saying, like the old heads. And so it's just he needs to understand the moment. I don't think he realizes how important his position is.
Yeah.
And so some of that is just also, I tell people, at least in my mind, I say it all the time. If you are a young person, an athlete, and you become a millionaire, the first person you get is a publicist. You need a publicist. You don't post nothing. You don't control your social media.
Your own social media.
You do not do that.
Yeah.
Your publicist does. That's what they pay for.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You got it. You need that because you are guaranteed to put something that's just stupid that you can't take back. And
I think like you said, I think we're kind of looking at it from a different lens. He's 23.
For sure.
With so many zeros in his bank account.
$200 million.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't want to say I have a lot of grace for somebody like that, but I look at it I'm that young, and I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm saying you're young and dumb because you are 23. You have no real lived experiences. You kind of are just getting into living your life. And like I said, amongst your crew, you have all the money. Anything you want to do at any point you want to do it, you can do it. And those kind of, I don't know, I can see how that can be very enticing and make you feel like you're invincible, right? Like you literally could do anything. Like I remember, I forgot the guy's name at this point, but we were talking about a guy that remember the guy that was I think it was the Corvette, and he was doing 150 or something miles per hour or something
in New Orleans.
Yeah, and ran into
and hit killed somebody.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I have no idea whatever happened with that, but it's just that sense of invincible nature that kind of surfaces when you get these kind of deals.
And his career, and that's what I'm saying. Ja is fortunate because that I'm not who knows if the gun was loaded, but imagine it went off. Imagine it went off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get the crew thing, but people say somebody was very clear. You need a new crew.
Yeah.
Nobody in your circle said, bro, I'm telling you right now, you are as my boy, you my meal ticket. Nah, bro, I hold the gun. I got it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, if I'm out here, I made, $200 million contract. I'm I'm dancing around. I got, I'm about to hit my live button on my phone.
No.
What is Terrence's move in that moment?
Shut it down. Shutting it down.
You're not gonna phone out my hand?
No. What? You're not bringing no phone. No, you're not. Like, no.
Yeah.
We like. It's just. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you are my. You at that point. Like, your ceiling is my. Like, I go where you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking the L. Like, you're not taking the L.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. So it's just. I feel that. Like I said, he is 23.
23.
He's young. He is young.
Yeah.
Maybe, but knowing what I know about like the age, like the child development, that part of the brain should be developed yet. So I can't give him too much of an L, too much of a pass. Like that part of the brain is developed. So he made a very poor choice. I saw Shaq. Shaq was like, what did Shaq say? Shaq said,
"You're not a rapper. You're
not a rapper. Like you're an NBA star." And somebody said, "I wish somebody had told Shaq that years ago when he tried to make a rap career." And I said, "That's like."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Somebody told Shaq that you're not a rapper. You're an NBA star. Cause
forgot about
I died.
that.
But yes.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's not much to say more about that, but except the fact that it was just really unfortunate that he had gone through that. So, I hope that Ja Morant works out whatever is happening. I hope it all works out
missed the
for
rest
him.
of the season though.
Yeah, well, I mean,
remember when Gilbert Arenas brought a gun brought a firearm into the arena, and he was suspended for the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know that they already suspended him for more games. But so I just don't know what's gonna come of it, of his entire career. Randy said that Shaq's album was hot, sweaty garbage. I didn't even get it, so I can't even speak to whether it was good or not.
That joint.
I don't have it. So the other thing is, guys, there's one other thing I wanted to squeeze in here real quick before we go into the main thing. Did you guys see Charlemagne? How he's getting dragged on TikTok by different people? Did you see that, T? Like he was getting dragged on TikTok for basically being the jerk that he is. Different people had a lot to say about it, and they would kept like reposting moments in which this transpired. This is one of them.
Then I come to my folks, and I have to be donkey of the day, which you still haven't explained, Leonard, and you're going to have to, because when you make those type of statements about your sister to our community, what you're saying to the community is, as black women, you're devalued. And if you stand up and you make a stand and you say, we need equality.
Don't roll your eyes, T.
And we have to say what's right and what's fair. And then a brother that looks like me from South Carolina says, you're the donkey of the day. You have to explain that to our community.
So that's one of them. And then it like literally it was like one after the other. People kept reposting moments where he had been basically told off by another guest. Here's another one.
Qualified, dog. You already know personality, man.
That is
you
a
don't
fact.
come from my world. You wouldn't understand my world. You don't come from my world. You don't know nothing about that, man.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, so stop running your fucking mouth, man.
And I don't want
Stop running your fucking mouth. You shouldn't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
No doubt.
You talking about somebody who went to war with police. It's dangerous. Attempted murders in the height of my career. It's dangerous. You don't know nothing about that, man.
No.
You sit up here and your job is to play games. But play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
All right.
Cringe.
Beanie Siegel.
And then he gonna start clapping at the end, just proving that he
I
is
love Charlemagne. I'm sorry. I love Charlemagne. Like,
he just proves that he don't care about nothing. And there was just one more I wanted to show y'all, and we're gonna hop into the main topic. But yeah, I just was like kind of amazed. I didn't realize how many people like actually told this dude off. Like, but it's been a bunch of people.
can't wait to talk about
Sir
it.
Darrell sound like a nigga from the hood who trying to sound fancy. I mean, Sir
That is your
Darrell.
name.
Let me tell you this.
Was
My
it?
grandmother
Yes,
gave me
it
that name.
is.
So,
I don't know. I haven't had Snapchat in a long time. I don't
It's
know.
like some family shit. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what?
Sir Darrell is the name that you gonna call me then. Let's start there.
Sir
Yeah,
Darrell?
that name means that you gotta respect me.
Henceforth, my
Goddamn
right.
Yeah, you can say it with a joke all you want, but at the end of the day, it's my name.
Oh, hello, Sir Darrell. No
It's
need for
good to meet-
hostility.
it's good to meet you,
Jesus.
brother. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
We met each other before.
We have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I guess last time I wasn't that nigga,
Yes,
but
sir.
you know.
So yeah, it just happened repeatedly, man. That guy, that's your boy. Charlemagne. You actually like him.
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
I do.
But he's kind of a jerk. It's kind of amazing. I think
kind of.
What's funny is that you befriend jerks. I know you could call me that.
You're my friend.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know if there's a trend here, but I'm looking at you like, you like Charlemagne, we're friends. I don't know if that's I'm looking like this is awkward.
I feel like if we get that big, you are Charlemagne.
Wow.
And I'm at best DJ Envy because I'm not gonna ruffle the feathers too much. Like I'm not.
You're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna go against the grain too much. I'm not gonna ruffle the feathers. But Charlemagne, that John is gonna definitely say something that's gonna it's gonna get under their skin.
So the main topic that I wanted to hop into today, man, we're not gonna be on here long. We're gonna be out for like next 10, 15 minutes. But I wanted to see if we could talk about this for a second. This guy has went viral on social media. A man opens up about having 7 children by 7 different women, even though he explained to the women that he did not want to be a father to any of these children. Okay. He opens up and Terrence, I know you haven't seen this yet, but he has a lot to say and he goes off. Okay. So just so you know, it's going to be a lot to kind of unpack, but we're going to try to do it real quick. Here we go.
7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I got said do not want. And I don't give a when nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're going to be like one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a f. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch.
So,
he could have did better. He could have did better with that, like the ending. It was almost like a slogan, and it didn't like.
That's what you heard. That's the part that you really think was important. Jesus. I don't even know what to say about the video, but what I will say, this is something I'm going to save for my children when they're older. This is what I'm going to play for them. This is probably exponentially worse. Yeah, exponentially worse when you guys start opening, that door of, sexual situations. But this is the playing field that you're working with right now. And so it really made me think. The only reason I even brought this as not a main topic, but just something that we should like kind of touch. I don't want to say I agree with this guy because I think that's just way too far. But should a man be allowed to request an abortion or be responsible for children he doesn't want and tells the woman he doesn't want before having sex? Should he still be made responsible for the children?
So I don't agree with 95% of what that idiot said.
Okay.
Because I know we talked about last week. For those who didn't watch the episode last week, we talked about things that men should not say. I feel like I know we're not allowed to say it's given, right? That's off.
Mm-mm.
We can't say it's given, right? Because I wanted to say it's given but I can't say it because
I'm glad you didn't.
You know.
Please.
But he's coming across as somebody who doesn't want to take responsibility, and because he doesn't agree that the world works like that, he's going to keep going and stop realizing that that's not how that works. I will, and I'm just very controversial. I would be for a law. Let me be very clear. I would be for a law that says that both the man and the woman must agree to the child, to have a child. And if the man does not want to agree, he should be absolved from financial responsibility.
Yes.
I would be for a law that said that. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
Here's my issue, though. 7?
7.
Nah, bro.
That ended up being kids.
Nah,
it was more than 7, really.
Yes.
But at least 7.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
And then he tried to put responsibility as pulling out on the woman. Like it was too much of it. That's not me. It's all on her.
Yeah.
Like it's her. Nah, bro. Nah. We're not doing that.
So the thing about that I want to lift up though is this idea, like devil's advocate, is that this idea, like he said, my body, my choice. Even for the woman, is that fair? Like for instance, if the father or the baby wants to, if the father of the baby wants to keep the kid, and the mother doesn't want to keep the kid, is that fair? Like,
yeah.
That's not really fair. Like because
I agree.
If for whatever reason he's like, nah, keep the baby. I want to keep the baby. I want to be a father to the child. It's not really fair that the wife doesn't, or the woman does not have to abide by what the father desires, right?
See, but I see that point. I will push that she is the one. She is. That's just the way God designed it. She is taking on the heavier burden, though. So the person with the heavier burden should be the one who has the biggest decision making, makes the call. Like it's so funny. Like I feel like a man leads in every capacity, but this area.
Yeah.
But that, because that is the burden that is on her. It's her body. She's the one that's risking literally death. Like she's the one that's risking death, life or death. So I feel like makes sense. You don't really, I feel like that's an area that we don't. I feel like pro-choice, pro-not choice, because that's what it kind of goes into. Like abortion, don't have an abortion, whatever it was. We just need to STFU. We don't have a say-so. That's all on the women.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I still like my earlier point. If I don't know where I would draw the line, because I feel like 7 at that point. I don't know. So because then we get into an area where then you got to manage. Well, if it happens more than 2, and that seems very petty. But I can see a push, because there's so many cases where. We've heard so many horror stories where the guy is not the father, and because he signed a document, he's responsible for makes it so it's like
for child support,
and there's just so many cases that it's that it is the way child support works in this country is, I don't care. I'm not even debating this. It's pro woman, not pro man. So it's, to me, I won't debate it. It's like I don't argue with fools. If you think that child support in this country is not to the benefit of women, something's wrong with you. It's just it's impossible to debate that. It's just facts.
Yeah.
And so that's my issue. I feel like there's an issue of where the government should not force somebody if they've communicated that they did not want to have this child.
Yeah.
That and maybe it might happen in certain states. I don't know, but I get it. I don't get it for people like him though. Makes sense. Like he's just. What's up, Brown BGSO? I don't get it for people like him. He 7 kids, sir.
Yeah.
You going to town. You going to Pound Town.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're not even getting off the train. You just let that joint just keep. I can't.
I'm with you. I'm with you on especially on the side of, if I don't want to have a child, I should not have to have a child. Like I don't think that that's fair to us as men, that as co-contributors to the child being on this planet. And if it's kind of a murky thing, right? Because you're in a sexual experience with a person, and the next thing you know, it gets to a space where it's like, yo, we about to do this thing, and you're not really about to be sitting there like, hey, before we do this, let's sign this quick contract that says I don't have to I don't know, take care of a child if something comes from this moment. which it probably would be better for all parties
Yeah, it
involved.
ruins the
Really,
intimacy. It ruins the intimacy, but legitimately, that's what should happen.
I agree. Because I just think that the anything else other than that is like so this guy who I really think after this video probably didn't even think it's gonna be going viral, but I'm sure will be now held accountable to 7 kids that he's had by 7 different baby mothers and will now be paying child support on those 7 kids.
Dummy.
Yeah. So you probably, and listen, let me say this. And I think the last 2 topics have really shown this to a higher light. Yo, social media is ruining us. Okay, stop using social media. Ja Morant, stop using social media. And this guy that just went viral, stop using social media. I don't know what swag you get from saying, "Yo, I hit 7 different women and I got 7 different baby mamas at least." I don't know why you would say, "Let me go on this platform that pushes randomly people to be viral," and it happens almost instantaneously. From the more crazy it is, it's like, oh, we're gonna make sure this thing really gets seen, and he goes on that platform and lets loose about his life. I just think I'm like, why do y'all keep doing this to yourselves?
I don't understand. And I will also add, like I think somebody had posted, it's he doesn't want to take any accountability.
Yeah,
I'm all for in that predicament. Both parties have accountability.
Yeah,
the woman has accountability and the man has accountability.
Yeah,
like when it was his fact that he was putting all the accountability.
Yeah,
she shouldn't have let me, sir. Like literally, sir. Yeah. Now I will say this: going forward, I have questions, and this and people talk about this all the time. They did, and I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew he had 6 other baby mamas, like if this has gone viral,
don't touch it, T.
So it has to be said. It has to be said. If anybody out there is possibly thinking about being number 8,
yeah,
that's on you. Like legit. Like,
and you know what's worse about this? That's actually more likely than not. It's more likely that he's gonna get more women after this than he ever got before. And I don't even know why or where that comes from or the thought process behind that, because it's like this kind of, we've said this before on this platform. We've said this before about women taking responsibility because women do give access to sex and saying, hey, you don't have to allow dude to be not just dude to have sex with you, but to literally nut up inside of you and the potential of kids. Like all these things are decisions that I believe you're allowing and making. And I think, like, to your point, like, yeah, all the women that after this particular situation that be like, yeah, it's all good. I'm like, y'all are the problem. Y'all, if y'all said no to him, men like him wouldn't exist, in my opinion.
That is true. I mean, so I want him to take accountability, but at the same time, he's showing you he's only going to do what he's allowed to do.
And this is the thing we have always said this, like legit. Men will. We can't really. People are saying, "Oh, well, y'all should hold other men accountable." I'm not saying you're wrong there. We should be like, dog, if you out here doing all this, you're trash for that. We should say that as men to each other.
Sure,
but y'all should also.
If he's out there, you are trash. I'm letting you. I don't know who you are. I'm telling you, you're trash. Like, you are trash.
And I've never seen a man be more honest about like what he thinks about these women. Like, imagine being one of the women that slept with him, and he's like, honestly, these are not respectable women. These women aren't women, that I would ever think to raise a kid with. I'm just out here raw dogging, smashing, trying to get a nut. Like
and somebody signs up next. Pick me.
It's just wild.
Ooh, I might. That's who I'm interested in him. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like,
yeah, I like what Jason said. Jason said he told them he wants nothing to do with the children beforehand, but women want a nut too, which is valid. And so I hear that. I just think it's something that there's something to. I don't know what it is. I guess I would love to know what's in a woman's mind when she sees a man like that and still is like, nah, but I still want you though. I guess I would want to know what that looks like, because when someone's that brutally honest, I don't see how you can still be attracted to and go there or beyond any like conversation and get to a moment like that. I don't know how you get back there.
So what's so funny, but I'm saying this point because I want to be I'm careful with my words. This guy is a loser. He's a clown. He deserves full responsibility. He has no accountability.
Sure.
He's just the scum at the bottom of the barrel. But not even his predicament. But there are cases in which, like, that you like a woman will meet a guy, and you don't have no kids, but you see that this guy has 4 other kids, and maybe it's with 2 or 3 other women, and he don't see those kids. Yeah. He don't ever see those kids, and shout out to the women. Because I've heard this from a lot of women, as I counted the point I'm about to make, who say, if I meet you and you don't take care of your kids, I'm no longer interested in you. It's over.
It's unattractive.
It's unattractive.
Okay.
If you don't take care of your kids, if you don't have the goal, if we're like, I've heard women say, if you like, if I'm thinking about making plans with you and you say, hey, and you don't ever say, hey, I want to spend time with my kids this weekend, but you know what, forget them, I'm just like, and you don't never shut me down to spend time with your kids. I've heard women say that is attractive because I know that this guy is a father. Makes sense.
Oh, if he shuts down plans with her,
he shuts down
to
some
be with
plans.
the kids.
He creates balance because you're a father first. But if you see him and you see he got 4 other baby mamas, and you willing to risk it all to be number 5, and then you want to cry me a river because he not showing up for his kids. I should have known. Yeah, you should have known, dummy.
Yeah.
Like, what did you? The proof, the evidence was all right there, and you just want to be like. Somebody say. Some people think. I've heard the phrase, and I've heard it from a woman, that some women literally think that they have kryptonite in their vagina, and they're going to change that guy.
Please.
And you're not. Stop it. Like, stop it.
Yeah. I think it's annoying to think that when women say things like that. Like, I think, we've talked about this offline. Women that say, their kryptonite is that thing, like it's gonna make a man do whatever, right? But aside from even that part, I guess I also wonder too, to your earlier point about men shutting down women or whatever to be with their kids. Like, if a man just plays child support, is that still attractive for a woman and want to proceed? I would love to know the answer to that. Like, because you're saying shut her down so you can be with a kid, or be like shut down. All right, I want to go out with you, but I can't because I got to take care of my son or my daughter. But what if a guy just pays child support and that's all he does? Is he still attractive in that space? Does he lose any points for just being that type of father that's only financial?
Ladies, we got a lot of ladies on here.
Yeah. So
is it okay that if a man just signs up for child support, does he seem like an option? Like a dating option, if he doesn't spend time with the kids, but he at least does child support, is he someone that as a woman will pursue?
Right, and what's the least amount he could do and still be attractive? Like, because it sounds like child support will probably be the least amount he could do and still be attractive, in the sense of our conversation. But some are already saying no, that's not attractive. So I guess it would be a commingling of like paying child support and spending time with the child.
Jason is actually right.
Shari says no because I'm wondering why he is only paying child support. Red flag. Jason says, I'll throw this at you. Some men won't disclose they have children just to get to them yams. Yes, sir. He said sweet yams. Tony said that's not my type. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's one of those things that it's like it's kind of dicey, because I think how a man shows up for his kid is very important. And I think when you're talking about, like when we talked about previous times in other episodes about Nick Cannon, I don't know if you noticed, they're actually making a show about Nick Cannon's next baby mama, like, and Kevin Hart's hosting it. I wish I was lying.
Shut up.
I wish I was lying. So Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart have teamed up to, I guess, do this whole new show where Kevin Hart's the host and Nick Cannon's going to be setting up his next baby mama to sleep with.
I gotta say this, John. I saw somebody posted a video. It was Nick Cannon, and he showed up to the birthday party of his first 2 kids, and everybody went, "Oh, I didn't know he knew where they were at." And the next thing said they said his other kids following him on the UPS map. Your package is almost here. Like, my farmer's almost here.
Like an Amazon package.
Like an Amazon package. And then somebody posted a picture. I think it was Don't Be a Menace, where the guy was, I'm here to pick up my son. And he picked the kid up, dropped him down. All right, I'm out. That's live footage of Nick Cannon. It's bad, bro. It is bad.
I agree. And I just think it's funny. You know how I feel about the whole Nick Cannon thing, because I personally felt, and people disagree, like we said before in previous episodes, people disagree with how I personally felt, but legitimately, this idea of like, all right, well, I'm leveling up the women that I'm sleeping with, because when they sleep with me, they're gonna be millionaires, and they're not gonna have a bad life. They're never gonna want for anything. And the basic paradigm of why we don't like men to just sleep with women is because it's actually like negatively impactful to the community, to the upbringing, to all this. But at the end of the day, you have Nick Cannon out there like, yo, he's leveling up people's lives when he does sleep with them. And not now, he can't be a present father, but he's financially taking care of their needs. And that's what kind of makes me feel like, I'm kind of okay with that a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to say it's a good thing, but it's not like he's not providing for the kids, which I think is trash, and which we all seem to agree is also trash here on this thread.
Yeah, because I feel he may be able to physically, like financially provide.
Yeah,
but I think the role of provider is not just finances though, and he's not providing the other ways,
like being present. But so here's the duplicit nature of this conversation that bothers me, T. Because all you see on social media now that's very prevalent is he needs to make this, he needs to make that, he needs to make this, and he needs to make that before he can come in my space. I want him to make a certain dollar amount. Then he does make the dollar amount and meets those financial needs. And now we're saying, now we've moved the goalpost from doing that to being a present father, a dad, and showing up. It's like we're kind of moving the goalpost, in my opinion, from what it was to what it now is. Like because I feel like on TikTok, on Snapchat, on whatever other platforms, Snapchat, but other platforms that we're on, everybody's basically like, yo, you got to make a certain.
I'm about to give you some Tylenol.
See, you need a mute. everybody is basically saying you got to make this dollar amount before you can be able to like, have access to me and all this other stuff. And I see that as being, I guess, a relative point. But I'm also like, we can't say something like that. Say that you got to make this dollar amount. And then when they do make the dollar amount and they level your life up in some way, then all of a sudden you're like, well, let me move the goalpost. You got to show up and be a present father. I see it like both ways, because I feel like every time a man does do the thing that you made a checklist for, to me, we move the goalpost further away.
I just think you got to do both.
Yeah, I believe too. Before that, I believe that too. But I'm like, when I see our reaction, where I see women's reaction to, I'm not shading anyone here, but just the reaction to, yo, it's not enough to pay child support. But to be attracted to them, I guess. So they need to be paying child support and being present in the son's or daughter's lives. I hear you, but a lot of times it's been a money conversation up until now. Now it's no longer a money conversation. Now it's like, do you actually show up for this person in the right way? And I hear you, but I'm just saying, what's the larger argument on TikTok and on Instagram has been more about the money piece, and it's been about actually showing up for the child, like being present.
See, but here's the thing. I don't think that women are. I don't think that women are unified in that thinking, because you have some women who will be like actually, I don't want him to be present, because like I want I don't want to deal with the baby mama. I want my time, and as long as he's paying child support, he's good. So there's women who along that line.
Yeah.
But then you'll have some women who are just like, nah, I need to see like how you treat that child is how I view how you treat our child. And
True.
I need to see that you have the ability to show up, because when we can happily say that most women date with broad strokes want to date with purpose, and so the purpose is to find protection, all of everything you be thinking about, right? And if I see that you because the role of protection, it now extends to your kids. And if you're not there to protect your kids, you're not going to protect our kids. So you're no longer an option. You're out of it. It makes sense. So it's like I understand that, and so that's why I'm making that statement about with the guy. Like, if someone sounds to be number 8, like, I'm not absolving him from responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
He's still trash. However, you kind of get, you know what I'm saying? If you decided you wanted to buy a microwave from Dollar Tree, if it don't work when you get home,
Yeah, you get
You
what
get what you get. You get what you pay for. So
Let me ask this one last thing this way. Between the two things of being a provider, then you have to choose one or the other. Okay, this is not. I don't want to hear both answer for this. Between choosing two options of being a provider or being present for your son or daughter, what do you think the women want more? A provider or someone that's present for their son or daughter?
What do I think? I think present.
What do you think women want more? Not you.
I would say present.
To be present than money.
To be present, because here's why, and women can correct me if I'm wrong. Present means you get to lighten the load. Present means you get to lighten you get to lighten the childbearing, the nurturing, the caring for child load for the woman. She doesn't have to take on the full burden of raising that child. Now the lifestyle might change because you can't provide that much, whatever it is. But people who don't have children don't understand. Like we have we have friends and Arabs who are about to enter into childbirth, whatever it was, about to have their first child. They don't understand breaks.
They don't understand what?
The idea of you don't get any breaks.
Oh my God.
You don't get any breaks. And so whenever I have friends who are single moms who are who are taking care of it all by themselves, like, yo, you don't get no breaks.
Yo.
Like I can't. I don't listen.
Today
is National Women's Day. It is Women's History Month.
Preach.
Yo, if you are a single parent and a mom,
slow down, T. Don't even rush this part. Don't rush it. Don't rush. I want you to say it slow because say it for the people in the back because this is serious right here. Go ahead.
If you are a single parent, and a mom or guy, but I'm talking to the moms because of today.
Yeah.
And you are raising that child by yourself with no breaks. Yeah. You are the GOAT. Legit. You the GOAT.
Agreed.
You the GOAT. Because there's no way in the world, like even in my predicament, my mom gave breaks. And those breaks, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go out. No. Yeah. The break.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, the provider thing is great. It's don't get me wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like most women would appreciate someone.
A presence.
I get to sleep.
Yeah.
I get to take a nap. I get to go out with my friends.
Yeah.
You can watch them. I can take a girls trip. You know, it makes sense. I can do all these things or whatever it is. But the present,
I like what Jason said too. He said women want present, but they may value. I would say they may value the provider, which seems like it might be something that's more duplicitous.
I would say women want the present. A little girl wants a provider. She ain't mature. She not mature.
Come on, T. Talk your stuff, T.
She ain't lived through nothing. She hasn't aged. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women will say, like when they're younger, I wanted the flashy cars and whatever. But when I got older, like I see the value. Just what I'm saying. I see the value.
You grew up.
It's different. Yeah, you grew up. Etc. I think Jason's point is great.
We're gonna rename this episode "T's Talking." Okay, he's going off. He's going off on this episode. I love it. I have to concur.
In this cup. That was it.
I have to concur, man. Like, especially about the kid part. Big ups to every woman that happens to have children that are like single mothers and all that. Like, I agree. There have been many times I've been here with these two little girls. I'm like, yo, listen, okay, enough. Enough. Daddy's had enough. I'm done. I have no more to give to y'all. Please leave me alone.
Where is this melatonin?
Man, what? Where's the Robitussin at? You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get y'all to bed.
Giving out Benadryl. I don't have allergies. You do now. God damn it.
Listen, and they don't stop talking. So any single moms, we honor you. This is obviously Women's History Month, and all month long, we really do truly want to highlight women, right? Highlight women that are doing amazing things by being amazing parents, amazing, especially amazing single parents raising their children. I think those are dope moments. And obviously, what is it? Is it May when it's Mother's Day? Is that May?
Yeah, it's Mother's Day.
Yeah, because nobody care about Father's Day. I think it's in June sometime. But let me tell you something. They be like, Father who? It's
They
about
put it,
mothers.
it's probably June 19th, so now we got to share
I
it.
think it's June. Yeah, around that time.
That's share with the Negroes.
Listen, let me tell you something. And every time there's like, no, there is no problem getting a reservation for, it's May 14th. Look, Tony already know, May 14th. Right, it's marked in the calendar, Mother's Day. Mother's Day. Listen, guys, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to our podcast today. We had a great time chatting with you about the Chris Rock new Netflix special, and also chatting about Ja Morant and all the other things we talked about today, the 7 baby mamas. And listen, all the mothers, we want to show love to you all month long. We hope to be able to do so, and we hope that we will be able to connect with you via this platform going forward. Mike was not able to be on the podcast today for whatever reason. He's so busy. He got a lot going on. But just, make sure y'all show love to us by responding. Thank you, Randy, our brother, our frat brother. Thank you for tuning in. And if you don't mind going to iTunes and talking about, hey, what you're getting, how you love it, how you enjoy maybe our Netflix, our episode here on Relentlessly Real Podcast. We would love to get in the analytics and have people talking about us a little bit more because there's so many podcasts out there. But again, my name is Selective Outrage.
And I don't have anything today. I'm actually disappointed in myself.
I'm so happy you don't. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the Relentlessly Real Podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.